As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson, and you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Julianne Webb is suing Bigfoot researcher Teddy Blackburn in the amount of $700. Ms. Webb claims she was injured after Mr. Blackburn ignored her request to turn back during a late-night Bigfoot tour.
All right, Ms. Webb, you're suing Mr. Blackburn for $700 for negligence, is that right?
Yes.
And so I read your pleadings. You're a Bigfoot researcher?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been researching Bigfoot?
Well, you know, what turned into a hobby 10 years ago is now a passion and maybe even a little obsession.
Right, but what is a researcher of Bigfoot? What does that mean?
Well, well, now it's turned into tours, in which I do in the state of Washington.
Okay.
But what it is going out and trying to find evidence and proving in the fact that, well, Bigfoot certainly does exist.
So you've been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah.
So what have you found?
Oh, I've seen Bigfoot. Oh, yeah.
Let me see a picture.
Well, I can't give you a picture, but I was out there picking up samples one night, and I was hitting a tree, and I made it, and I heard a sound come back from a tree, and a little bit of a, and I immediately knew, and then I looked through the bushes, and a big man like creature, which we know is Bigfoot, very hairy, moving through very quickly through the forest.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and you're a Bigfoot enthusiast?
I am.
Okay, you've seen him or her too?
No, I never have, but I've read stories from people who have.
Right, you've met people that said they've met Bigfoot?
Yes.
Okay, so how'd you come into contact with this defendant?
I was planning on going to this lodge with my boyfriend at the time, and when I called them to ask what there's to do around in the area, they told me about him and about what he does, and since I'm interested in Bigfoot, of course I wanted to go.
Okay, so you wanted to take his Bigfoot tour?
Yeah.
And how much is the Bigfoot tour?
It's $100 a person.
Okay.
And that was the kind of basic tour that we offer. They go into much longer lengths.
Okay, but you're suing him also for the cost of the tour and some medical.
Yes.
The insurance deductible for some medical injuries.
Yes.
Some injuries. Okay, so like what time does the tour start?
This tour started at 10
p.m.
Yes.
Okay, and where is the tour?
It goes through the mountains in Washington.
You go through the mountains at nighttime?
Yeah.
Did you come prepared for this tour?
I had a water bottle.
Bottle?
I had on shorts, sneakers. Yes, I know.
Sneakers?
She's from, she later told me she's from Los Angeles, and they've got those little celebrity hills, so perhaps they wear sneakers and their expensive shoes, and they run around their little mountains that they call mountains there. So
she had on tennis shoes, shorts. Did she have a jacket?
Yes.
Did she have on a jacket?
Well, it was like a light windbreaker. This wasn't a jacket. I mean, you're coming prepared.
Oh, did you say anything when she showed up dressed?
Well, yeah, I did, Your Honor.
What did you say?
I said, "Is that what you're wearing for the hike?"
Right.
I didn't know perhaps she might have getting changed. She had a large backpack with her.
Did you suggest that she needed to have on more clothing or better shoes?
I did. I said, you know, our hike it's going to get colder than it is now.
Right.
And what you're wearing is not usually what we wear.
Do you have her sign any type of waiver?
Oh, Your Honor, I not only had her sign a waiver, but absolutely, yes, I did have her sign a waiver.
Let me see the waiver. Not only did you have her sign that waiver, but what? You had her sign something else?
I sent an email a week before telling her exactly what to expect on this hike.
Okay, well, let me take a look at the waiver here. Okay, so this is a release of liability. So here's the email.
It says, make sure that you're prepared.
It says, make sure to dress accordingly and also bring something warm.
Bring something warm.
Okay.
And I said it's going to rain. So you should also prepare for rain.
Where did you say it's going to rain?
I said there's a chance of rain in the evening.
Chance of light showers around 11:30. Do you remember that? This is an email he sent you a month ahead of time.
Yes.
What happened on this hike? We get started. What happened?
So we went on, it was a 2-hour hike, but it turned out on the way there, when we got there, he took me off the beaten path to a place that was not on the hike.
Okay, where did you take her?
Well, the path is guided path. I mean, we follow the path, but there's all different legs you can
Okay, but it's supposed to be 2 hours.
Yes. So we took her up the trail. Okay. And at about an hour in or so, I had said, look, we hadn't seen much. It's been kind of like...
Because you were trying to spot Bigfoot.
I was trying to show her some Bigfoot.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
If you'd like, we can go for a little extra, no charge. I'll just show you a few other things that are not only...
Did she want to go?
She did not say no. She said, yeah, that sounds okay.
That's not true.
And later...
He said, ma'am, if you're going to be causing a scene, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, so were you escorted off the plane?
No, because of her behavior, everyone else was complaining, and the flight was actually delayed.
Closed captioning provided by... If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Julianne Webb, who is suing Teddy Blackburn for negligence.
Okay, so you're an hour into the hike.
Yes.
Okay, and you said, what happened?
So I wanted to give her, my job is to give a 5-star hike to everybody that comes. And knowing that she was so passionate and so excited about this, I said, it's been kind of slow tonight. If you'd like, we can go for a little extra, no charge. I'll just show you a few other things that are not only...
Did she want to go?
She did not say no. She said, yeah, that sounds okay.
That's not true.
She goes, it sounds okay.
So you went?
I told him that I did not want to go. But
and what did he say when you said, I don't want to go?
He was saying that, oh, you'll have fun. If you like Bigfoot, this is something you want to do. Right. But I told him that...
What did you say?
That I'm not prepared to be on this hike. This whole way here, I have not felt like this is something I should be in. And at this point...
You were trying to call it off at that point?
Yes, of course.
Was she telling you that I'm done with this?
No, she was welcome to see a little bit more. And she also, that's when she did, on the hike, is when she disclosed, I'm not really prepared for this. I really didn't expect.
So when she said, I'm not prepared, you who've been doing it for 10 years, why didn't you turn back?
Because I wanted to give her an experience.
But she said, I'm not prepared. And you've made like a mockery of how unprepared she was.
That's right.
So why didn't you turn around and say, I agree with you and let's go back?
Because, Your Honor, with all due respect, if she feels
I hate that. Don't go into all due respect because you're about to say something disrespectful. Is Alton Batar here?
Yes.
Okay, court calls Alton Batar. Come forward and be sworn, please. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Okay, so what happened when you got an hour into the hike?
We were supposed to turn around.
Why were you supposed to turn around?
Because it was a 2-hour hike, and we went 1 hour.
But we're an hour into the hike. What happened at an hour into the hike?
So the guy Blackburn, Mr. Blackburn, he kept pushing us to go further.
Right.
I think he kept trying to prove a point that Bigfoot exists.
Right. So did you hear her tell Mr. Blackburn that she wanted to go back?
Yeah, she mentioned her feet hurts, she was cold.
Okay.
And she wanted to go back, but he kept pushing.
Okay, so you continued on this trail then?
We continued for about 30 more minutes with her permission.
Okay.
With their permission. Neither one of them really had a backbone to say whether or not they just wanted to end it. I'm like, I really want to show you some, there's some caves to show.
Okay, so what happened after now we're an hour and a half in? Then what happened?
So then she put her hands up and said, you know what, I think we really have to end it. We just have to head back.
Okay, so now we turn around and go back?
Yeah, we head straight back.
And then you got injured?
Yes.
On the way back?
Yes, we went to, well, we didn't go straight back. We went to an area that was off the beaten path on the way back, and there was a steep hill, and that's where I fell.
So is that the way back, going down that steep hill?
It is, it's on the way back, and then we stopped. I said, just so you know, right off to the right here, about maybe 20 or 30 steps right around this tree, is a beautiful overlook of the city. Okay. A lot of people love to see that. Okay. If you'd like to, it's only 20 steps or so ahead. Right. Would you like to do it? We could do it. They said, Neither one of them like, yeah, actually, it might sound fun.
So did you walk over there the 20 steps over to see the beautiful view of the city?
We did follow him, but we told him we wanted to go back, but I was scared to just, I didn't know the way back. I was scared to just go back, and he kept going, so we had to follow him.
Okay.
Your Honor.
And then what happened, though? You slid and what,
I
sprained your ankle?
I sprained my ankle.
Okay. So why do you think he's responsible for that?
I think he's responsible because in the emails and in the thing, he told me it was a 2-hour path. It was a straight, it was a I don't remember the exact wording, but it was a path that is commonly done straight there and back.
Right.
And that he's never had any risk.
But you also signed a release basically telling him that you wouldn't hold him responsible if you were to get...
Sorry?
You signed a release agreeing that you wouldn't hold him responsible if you got injured.
Yes, but the release was from 10 to midnight. It says 10 to midnight on it.
Right. Midnight hike from 10 p.m. to midnight.
Yes.
So what time did you get injured?
At 12:30.
Did she get injured at 12:30?
It may have been, but the time on the release...
Right, no. The time on the release is what?
The time on the release is just stating the tour that she took.
Right.
That doesn't give her only liability during that time.
Right.
It's as if I rented a car, I believe, Your Honor, and I bring the car back.
What if you had her out there at 3 o'clock in the morning and she was on a 2-hour tour and this happened?
If I'm honoring her request.
Right. She was telling you she wasn't prepared.
She was telling me she wasn't.
This is the problem I'm having. The problem I'm having is you saw this girl with this big backpack with nothing in it, obviously not dressed properly for this event.
That's right.
30 minutes in, she said to you, I'm not prepared.
Almost an hour,
You've been doing it 10 years. You should have made a decision right then and there. This wasn't the person that you should be taking on a tour, and you should give her back her money. You've been doing it for 10 years. You should have known better. I'm ready to roll. I'm not giving you back $100 that you spent for your boyfriend because he did not file this lawsuit. Only you filed a lawsuit. So it's your $100 you're asking back. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $600.
I'm glad the judge understood that you were negligent about doing your job.
I'm sorry, and you did lie about your experience, but I do hope your passion for Bigfoot continues to grow.
Coming up.
What did she say?
She said, well, we were minding our own business, sitting down, we were already seated, and the flight attendant came up to us, and she said, I need to see your ticket, with an attitude, Your Honor.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Daniela Samuels is suing her younger sister, Christy Samuels, in the amount of $1,600. Ms. Samuels claims she missed her daughter's graduation after her sister caused a disturbance that delayed their flight.
Ms. Samuels, you're suing your sister, Ms. Samuels, for $1,600.
Yes.
And you're the older sister, the younger sister?
The older sister.
Okay.
My sister was born in the United States.
Okay,
so.
You're from Port-au-Prince?
No, actually, Ocap.
Oh, okay. So how did we get involved in this lawsuit together?
Well, Judge, we're here today because of a flight that was delayed for my daughter's graduation.
Okay, so your daughter was graduating from high school?
From high school, yes.
From high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was gone at a boarding school.
Oh, okay.
I sent her to boarding school, so I didn't see my daughter for over 4 years. I booked a flight to go to her graduation.
For you and your sister to go?
Yes.
Who paid for the ticket?
I did.
You agreed?
Yes.
Okay, so you paid for the ticket, so what happened?
Well, what happened is as we're sitting now,
and the plane is boarded already?
It's boarded already.
Okay.
Everybody's sitting down.
Okay.
So there was a flight attendant that walked over to us and asked to see our ticket.
Right.
But
she says, let me see your boarding pass.
No, she basically said, I need to see your ticket.
To see your actual ticket.
It was very rude the way she said it. Yes.
Right. What did she say?
She said, well, we were minding our own business, sitting down, we were already seated, and the flight attendant came up to us, and she said, I need to see your ticket, with an attitude, Your Honor.
Coming up.
So she came up to you in first class and asked to see your ticket?
Yes, it was very clear that she was singling us out.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Daniela Samuels, who is suing her sister, Christy Samuels, for travel expenses.
So where were you going? Where's your daughter in school?
I was going to Argentina, Judge.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this was a jumbo jet that you were on, right?
Yes.
It's a big plane. Were you in economy, coach, first class? Where were you
We
guys?
were in first class.
You were in first
actually.
class?
Yes.
So she came up to you in first class and asked to see your ticket.
Yes, it was very clear that
Right.
she was singling us out.
Okay.
That's
and
how I
so
felt.
what did you do?
So I told her after she came up to me and said, "Can I see your? I need to see your ticket."
Right.
And as soon as I told her, like, "Well, what's the problem?" And then she went off and said, "Well, I just wanted to make sure you're in the right section."
Okay.
So as soon as she said that, I got up and things got a little heated.
What happened when she said that?
When she said that, the woman didn't like her answer.
Right. And so
Also.
what happened?
So they were both going at it.
Right.
And saying
They were
words to each other.
fussing back and
yeah,
forth.
fussing
What
back
was
and
the lady
forth.
saying? What was the stewardess saying?
She had the-
flight attendant. What was the flight attendant saying?
She had the biggest attitude, Your Honor.
But what was she saying?
She was just telling me that I was wrong. I felt very discriminated. I felt like I felt offended.
Then what?
So I asked her politely, like, can I speak to someone else? Because I
Right.
didn't want to speak to her. So she brought up the pilot. The
Right.
pilot came, and he didn't even bother to ask me, like, what the situation
Right.
was. Like, and I was very offended by that.
Right.
And he said, "Ma'am, if you're going to be causing a scene, I'm going to have to ask you to leave."
Okay, so were you escorted off the plane?
No, because of her behavior,
Right.
everyone else was complaining, and the flight was actually delayed.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
So we get to Buenos Aires late.
Yeah.
So you missed a connecting flight.
Yes, yes.
And so you were late to your daughter's
My daughter's graduation. Yeah.
Okay.
We missed the
How
lunches.
late were you? You missed the whole thing?
We got there. Yeah, we missed the whole thing.
Right.
The whole
So
thing.
you brought this lawsuit for what?
Well, because my sister don't feel like she was wrong because I paid all this money.
But what's
just
the
to attend-
$1,600?
That's for the motel.
The flight ticket.
Hotel. That's for the hotel.
Oh, for the
payment.
whole vacation
The
you paid?
whole vacation, the
Because
whole
you
thing
missed
was
the
funded.
graduation?
Yes.
You didn't see your daughter for 4 years.
But
Big deal now. She left you as a child, and now she's an adult, and you missed that moment.
She was
and you
gone
bring
for
a
only
lawsuit
4
against your
years.
sister?
And, yeah.
I'm ready to rule.
well,
I'm ready to rule. I don't think you've brought me evidence that the damages that you suffered were caused by what happened on the airplane. You said it was a 5-minute incident.
This is not the
I'm
first
ready
time.
to rule. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I'm sorry for causing you to miss your daughter's graduation.
well, it's gonna take some time for me to get over this. Hopefully, we get over it.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.